Let's talk about New Year's resolutions. We all know the drill.
With a new year comes a massive influx of new gym memberships, optimism, and people setting some pretty aggressively ambitious goals. And although it's great to actively work towards improving yourself, it's also critical to keep that momentum going all throughout the year. Statistics show that majority of people have a hard time sticking to their resolutions, that they even forego making one. The ones that do abandon their resolutions by 2 months or even by the second Friday in January, called Quitter's Day.
Which means that by the time you are watching this video, most of you have fell off the wagon. Now, why is this? In this video, I'm going to explore some of the reasons why it's maybe so challenging to keep up with those New Year's resolutions and how we can be proactive to sticking to our goals using similar principles that I use working as a speech language pathologist. So I work in the school setting, and over the years I saw my kiddos go from needing me constantly and having a hard time speaking to eventually graduating from speech therapy. Truth be told, comparing getting those kids where they needed to be in my job versus my personal life, I fell short. So I thought maybe there's a way that I can use those similar prescripts that I use on a daily basis as a speech therapist, and once I start applying it into my personal life, I can start to see some improvement. So that's exactly what I did. As I go through the video, I challenge you to find ways that you can fine-tune your New Year's resolutions to improve it and come up with a plan that you can be successful.
Now, my resolution for year 2023 was to live a healthier lifestyle. Because after a lot of ordering takeout and lazing about on the couch, I became sluggish, tired constantly, and my body felt so dang heavy. I'm someone who danced all throughout high school and college, and I was able to keep up with hours of dance practice. Sometimes I even went on to stay behind the studio to practice even more after everyone left. So in comparison, I didn't feel like my optimal self, nor was I in tune with my body anymore. It felt like my body was not of my own. Instead, it became a burden. And not only that, my doctor also confirmed that I wasn't healthy and advised me to lose weight. And based on the results of my CT scan, it confirmed that I was not where I should be.
So now I tried everything under the sun since I made up my mind to shed the weight.
Eating smaller portions of whatever I wanted, as long as I stuck to that small portion. Salad January 2023, where I only eat salads for the entire month. The famous Les Seraphim workout for crispy abs.
Ow.
I tried playing upbeat music, following dance workout videos. And using my Apple Watch to compete with my friends. I mean, ultimately, I can't point to just one thing and say that that one thing was responsible for my healthier lifestyle. I mean, yeah, it was motivating to see my rings close for the day, and it felt good to be a little stronger with each passing day.
Well, when I look back on my year, I realized nothing stuck. I didn't feel healthier, I didn't lose any weight, so I was starting to think, what is going on?
I think when it came down to it, I had to be honest with myself. I don't think I was really ready for real change. Thinking back, I was truly having an internal battle with myself, alternating between days hating my body, feeling disappointed in myself for having those salt and vinegar chips, and other days feeling really confident in my own skin. I said, screw what my doctor says. As long as I feel good in my body, isn't that what matters? And all this to say, deep down, when it comes down to it, I didn't really want to get fit. So I want to ask you, do you have a strong why for your New Year's resolution?
If there isn't a specific and strong enough reason to stick to your New Year's resolutions, it's going to be easier to abandon it. So make sure that you know your pain points, whether it's you want to go travel the world and you just need more money to do that, or you have a health scare and you want to incorporate more veggies into your life. Whatever it is, make sure you have a personalized New Year's resolution, specifically from these pain points, these growth areas, because having that strong why will remind you why you are doing this in the first place.
Now, what are the guiding principles of speech therapy that can be used to help us keep going?
As a speech therapist, I'm accustomed to setting individualized speech and language goals that are SMART.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. These goals are tailored for each child. It's crystal clear and never forgotten.
And I mean literally never forgotten.
I have these goals taped on the kids' folders. It's in my data binder, and these goals drive every single activity, craft, and therapy session I facilitate.
Different from a New Year's resolution, which is often like a blanket statement of I want to be fit, happy, and healthy. A SMART goal is more of a roadmap, so to speak. These goals are meant to be concrete with clear intentions, which are more likely to result in successful outcomes. So that's step one. Come up with a SMART goal. What will be the roadmap, the end, where once you achieve it, you will be satisfied, and then you can move on to another goal. And then from your SMART goal, you can break it up into more manageable, achievable milestones so that you can feel more successful.
Maybe you want to read 1 book per month. A SMART goal would be, let's say by 2025, I will read 1 book per month 5 times a week for 30 minutes in the car. Keep this SMART goal posted somewhere. You will see it often, so it's always at the forefront of your mind. I mean, for me, I have a post-it note reminder by my monitor, so it acts as a visual/written reminder.
Another stark difference between my personal fitness journey and my students' speech and language journey was progress monitoring. And when I reflected on my last year's resolutions, I realized that I didn't apply the same rigor and intention with progress monitoring as I did with my work.
For my therapy sessions, every single session is accounted for with both quantitative and qualitative data. Every time my students answer a question or practice their R sound, let's say, I'm marking correct or incorrect. And then afterwards, I tally it up and get an accuracy score. For my students who are aware and self-motivated, I let them know how they did, and they color in a progress chart. And that way they are actively involved in the therapy progress and will make adjustments accordingly. So maybe next time I can be more focused. I can try to put more effort in. I can remember to use this and this strategy. So in comparison, I wasn't monitoring my progress to this same level of scrutiny.
So I actually tried this for myself over the summer last year.
I made a Google Sheets document where for each day I logged how long I exercised, the calorie ingested and burned, and wrote a short blurb about my day. And I wanted to track if my healthy eating and active lifestyle had a direct impact on my mood. I used ChatGPT to do a sentiment analysis based on my blurb, which I copy and pasted, with the output as a decimal figure between -1 and 1, ranking the positivity or negativity of the text. And by tracking this data, I was able to learn that in the beginning of this experiment, my mood and time spent exercising are inversely correlated. And the more time spent exercising led to negative mood. I'm sure you guys can relate to this. But halfway through, there was a direct positive correlation. And I learned that, yeah, exercise has a strong correlation with mood and health. I mean, it's clear, the science is sound. There are so many creative ways you can keep track of your progress. You can either keep a goal tracker on your phone, make your goal your screensaver, or keep a journal of your own. I've seen some people make a bingo board with different goals that they can cross off throughout the year. Another person had goals written out on mini wine bottles, and it served as a physical reminder and motivation to track their goals. The fewer amount of wine at the end of the year equals success. I mean, however you choose to track your goals, feel free to get creative with it. If you're able to recognize where the hurdles are, you at least have some information to work with to improve your process.
Now, how to keep motivation high and momentum going? Because let's be real, my kids come in to my room either sick, tired, or whatever 9-year-olds are upset about, or whatever they have on their minds. So that's where I come in.
Giving words of encouragement and packaging the work in a fun, engaging way through either interactive games or arts and crafts. Sometimes they're having so much fun, they barely even realize they're learning. I mean, other times maybe they won't even get through all the things that I have planned for them, but that's life, and progress isn't linear. It's not supposed to look perfect. I know that as adults, we often create this narrative in our heads where progress is so closely tied to willpower. And the supposed lack of willpower and motivation is viewed as a problem within ourselves we need to fix.
As a therapist, if my student wasn't showing any improvement, I would be hesitant to say this is the kid's fault. It's all their fault for not showing any improvement. I mean, it would be ridiculous, right? If anything, I would be the one to change my approach or try other methods. So why don't we also try to create that safe environment for us to succeed?
In Atomic Habits, James Clear talks about making habits easy to do. So in my case, because I was living such a stagnant lifestyle, I had to make my exercises ridiculously simple that it's almost hard to say no. So I started off with a walk around my neighborhood with my morning coffee, and I committed to doing 5 squats while brushing my teeth. And if I felt like I could do more and I wanted to afterwards, I did, but I didn't have to. Anything beyond that was my choice.
And in some weird way, checking off the I worked out on my to-do list gave me some sense of confidence, which is not a bad thing when you're just starting out, because the whole idea is to build momentum.
Besides making your habits easy, another way is to make it easy to maintain. So an example that James Clear used in his book was walking on the treadmill while watching your favorite Netflix show. Listen, thinking that being healthy equals gym, and so because I don't have a gym membership, that means I can't be healthy. It really doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be glamorous. It doesn't have to be this one specific thing. Just do what you can do. Small baby steps towards your goal, because as long as you're moving in the right direction, you have the building blocks of a positive habit.
So how can the principles of speech therapy help you to achieve your goals? Now, most people's goals are very loosely structured, and there's no guarantee that they're going to be successful. So just to recap, number 1, make sure that you have a crystal clear, SMART goal and monitor your progress regularly, okay? It's about staying on track. So no more forgetting about what your goal is within the day-to-day tasks. Make sure that you're reflecting regularly about your achievements and your challenges. And I want you to have candid conversations with yourself. Reflect on what's working, what isn't, adjust your approach. And again, it's not about you having the willpower or not the willpower to do it, but creating environments where you can be successful. And lastly, make your habits easy to do and easy to maintain. And now I challenge you to get creative with this part. Whether you create a challenge with your friends or you do a point system, try to have fun and gamify the process, because it's about making progress part of the journey, not just the destination, because like I said, progress isn't linear, right? So we have to celebrate every single win, and every step towards the right direction, it counts. So make the progress tangible and celebrate the small wins. As I embark on 2024, I'm going to try to apply the same level of rigor into my personal life as I do with my work. And I'm curious, what are some ways that you are going to try and also implement into your life some of these principles of speech therapy? I really hope that this was helpful for you. And if it was, please comment down below. Let me know what are the ways that you're going to change your approach this new year. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.